let's talk about really guiding our children, whether you're a teacher, you're a parent, you're an aunt, you're an uncle, guiding our children into confidence, stepping into who they really are as individuals. And I know when I was little, there was just a lot going on that nobody understood my giftedness, my learning differences, which are connected. And that then created a platform that brought insecurity and who I was. And so many of us experience that when I have been, as I've studied about intuitive gifts and been in just a lot of classes over the last 25 years, building my skills and understanding every one of the individuals. So there's probably maybe somebody out there, but every one of them have a learning difference or ADHD or on the spectrum and have different experiences where they did not, a few of them did understand how, because their parents or what somebody in their family did understand how gifts work. So there was conversations, there was that outlier here and there. And so they got to grow up talking about, yeah, I can feel energy, I can see energy. Yes, I channel information. I just know things that I don't know why I know them, but I'm a channeler and it's okay. So you can really explore and expand on that. But many of us didn't have that. And so it can, like many of my good friends in the classes would shut down their gifts and I shut down mine because they cause pain. I was on a site that was talking about being an empath and they were like going, no, there's nothing good about being an empath. And truly, when you're not understanding how to work with it, I get it. I get there's a lot of trauma and pain around that because you get overwhelmed. It is truly sensory overload. And when you walk into a group of people, there can be times that there's so much going on with the people that are there, and you're taking all that on, and your senses are just like, I can't take that. So it can make your eyes hurt, it can make your head hurt, it can make your ears hurt, it can make your chest hurt. It can just totally pull your energy plug, like you just like, oh, and you just are repelled. I have to get out of here. So these things are all connected to an empathic ability that's designed actually to help you do your purpose work on this planet. But if it's not understood, then it takes you out. It's more of a pain point. When I didn't realize I was dyslexic, and when I was wearing my horse trainer hat, which I did for 15 years, and one of my clients, she gave me the book, The Gift of Dyslexia, and I laughed. I said, "There's no gift in this." Well, I now know there is because I understand how it works. So what I'm really wanting to talk to you about is how important it is to understand myself and embrace myself in all that I am so that my children and the generations around me and after me have the platform to build on, that it's okay to be unique. It's okay to express in the way that you express. So are you a dancer? Then express as you express. What's your authentic look? Are you a singer? Then express that the way what's coming from your heart. We spend 12 years and more, if you go on to college and higher education, really working on our brains, training our brains. But how much time do we really spend learning to follow our heart? Our emotional Oprah, I just watched a clip that passed. So you know how you scroll on social media, and I was just scrolling, and I stopped. So it was a clip of that Oprah was speaking to that our emotional compass is what she follows. That's how she knows. She knows what's going to align with her or doesn't align because she has an emotional compass. So how do you align to that emotional compass? Well, it's not by being heady. The head has a job, but that's not how you get there. Your emotional compass comes by being safe to explore who you are and all that you are. So if you are an intuitive or if you're highly empathic and all the gifts that that can mean, then it's safe to be there. That's the platform we need to create. I feel it's so important to create for ourselves so that it's also there for our children. If the children around us, the young people around us, are looking to see, well, are you comfortable? Are you secure in all that you are? Your physical gifts, your intuitive gifts, are you secure there? And if we're not, they know it. Whether we say it out loud or say anything to them, they still know it. So the importance of healing and working on ourselves, getting connected to that heart space, how valuable it is, it's huge. It's giving permission, unspoken most of the time, permission to the young people around us to do the same. And then getting educated. What does this mean? What does it look like? What can channeling look like? When you're a channeler and it comes through dance, you are speaking a story and it has an energetic influence to help people shift and change in a good way. It can totally bless people. When you channel through music, you're channeling and bringing a frequency in through your music that helps people shift. Sound bowls are frequency. And there's people and other things like gongs and things that you've seen. There's people that have the ability to channel frequency. Now, music notes themselves will be a frequency, but there's a gift that brings just a whole new beautiful level that helps people shift as they sing and write music. It just is powerful. So dance, music, art, see it in art. People can draw, but then there's people that can channel that art frequency and it moves people. So there's so many different ways this can look. Some of us have the gift to see what others' gifts are. That's mine. I just know what people's gifts are. I was born with it. It's part of my intuitive, empathic piece. And I know what the gifts are and I'm seeing how they're coming through. I had a conversation, it was so fun, by the way, with a musician and she's phenomenal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you channel through music. I can see it as she's telling me and about what her process is and everything. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's what you're doing. So that's what I do. So if you've been curious, well, what are my empathic gifts? And you're ready to tap into that, to understand them, they're not scary. They have had a lot of fear around them for many of us. But let's unpack that so that you can step away from the fear. Fear, it's one of the lowest frequencies, guys. There's not a benefit to you to stay in that space. And you may be thinking, well, I'm not afraid. Well, when you think about your empathic gifts or your intuitive gifts, do you get, yeah, that's fear. Uncertainty from not knowing. Let's unpack that. It's calling to you. If it is, let's talk and see what yours are. I look forward to meeting you and walking that journey with you. The bigger part, though, is that when you step into it, then you're creating the platform for the young generation to really boldly move forward in theirs. And that's where my passion lies. I love working with people and their gifts because it sets them afire. It makes life just have this whole new level of meaning. But when you get to do that with kids and they get to grow in that and they never have to experience the shutting it down like I did and so many of you did, that's huge. So do it for the kids.